We're not going to be calling the meeting to order. Let me get the minutes out.
Okay.
Absent are Ms. Nora Garza, Ms. Audrey Rust, Ms. Rosa Montalando, and Mr. George Olivo. Present, we have Alicia Hernandez and Martin Leo, right? We will not be making a motion for the minutes. However, we will have this as an informative session with the different departments showcasing their information. Okay. Now, 5:30.
Wow. So let's just have the,
Change the roll call.
Mr. Lee was here.
Changing the roll call, Mr. Olivo is present.
All right, so let's just go ahead and just do the informative session. Let's go with library report would be adult services.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Berta and I'm going to be presenting the adult services. So last month in October, we had 4 classes for the adult computer classes. We went over canva.com and people were trying to make Halloween invitations or flyers like that. They got to use and practice Mongo languages, a database the library offers. We also had 2 more classes, one on files and folders, so that they understand what items are like files itself and what the the folders are, which is more like a location for them to understand that dynamic. And the 4th class was on internet safety. So they got to learn a little bit about what cookies are and use North Star to take a test on their internet knowledge. 2 of them got a certificate. The next slide. Then for adult afternoon, we had the do-it-yourself cat pillow. Everyone had such a great imagination. We started off with just 3 outline designs, and everybody ended up making their own kind of monito. Maybe creating a necklace with beads for their cat. Some had a Hello Kitty, made a Hello Kitty. One of them looks like a monster.
Yeah.
And I cannot really distinguish the other ones. But yes, and there were people of all ages there.
Yeah, I couldn't see making a cat pillow. My cat annoys me enough as it is. Him and I are at war at it all the time.
One of the girls said that her cat, it didn't come out like completely round. So, but it came out like coned at the bottom and she's like, "Oh, it's my ghost cat." That's
Yeah,
what it
the
was.
ghost cat, yeah.
It was very funny. And I learned a new way of sewing too. Like there's a different way of sewing so that the thread is not seen from the outside once you're closing it up.
Mhm.
And that I learned from a patron and then I showed it to others.
That's the best way to learn.
So we can go to the next one.
Maybe you can teach me. I've been wanting to learn that.
Yes, it was really awesome to know that. Like, boom. Then on Thursday for the Adult Services Committee, we had the Disney Villain Trivia Night. There we had 50 questions where people had to answer either true or false or just open answer kind of thing. Open-ended question. We had 3 winners. Out of the 50 questions, we had, at least at Maine, the person that got first place, she scored 40 points.
Wow.
So she only missed 10 questions. And the questions were like, what were the last words that Scar said to Mufasa before he died? And stuff like that. Like they had to remember those kind of things. And then in the corner, bottom right, we used to have the winners at Southmost.
Once upon a time, I could have won that, but my kids are now in their 30s. So, no me acuerdo.
And see, this was an event for like adults, pero pues como quiera, we don't like tell the kids anything.
I know, but the thing is, I watched Disney when my kids were small. Yeah, I'll watch it.
And so then for this month, today, we're going to be having a veterans gallery. It's more like we printed out this poster of a picture from one of our library staff members. He's a veteran and he got this picture, put it on a poster. And that's what we're gonna use for people to bring in their pictures. Let's see how many people come, we're not sure. To put their pictures of their memories, right? And we can be making little notes, signing that poster. We are also gonna be giving them little goodie bags. Mango hens too as well. I'm giving them. Then also some free books that we get from the donations. And I think that's it. Then the next week on Monday, for the Let's Cooking class, we're gonna be doing cucumber sandwiches. And I thought, oh, that's so good. Because we try to do healthy stuff too, sometimes. And November will be the last month for the computer classes until January next year again. And the 3 classes are gonna be on North Star, which is the website that they use to get certificates on different computer skills. They're gonna learn about LinkedIn Learning, which is also another website database for people to get certificates on webinars. And then Newspapers Archive. We're gonna show them how to look up articles, clip them, and be able to print them and share them. And that's it.
Okay, I'm sorry, Children's Services?
Hello, everybody. I'm Kayla. We'll be talking about children's services. In October, some of the things that we did, we had an animal adaptation story time. If you look at the pictures, you'll notice that we have some animal pelts there that the kids were able to touch and learn about. We got a kit from the Texas Wildlife Association. They have these, they're called Discovery Trunks, and they have all these different themes, and one of them was about animals and how they adapt to their environment, and it was really cool because it came with different animal pelts as well as some of their skulls. So we took some of those out. I like a crash course on all these different animals, and we presented them to the kids, and I think that they learned a lot, and we liked looking at all the little animals. For our kids' night this month, we did Goosebumps. We showed the movie Goosebumps, and we had these little ceramic planters that were Halloween themed. There was a zombie, a ghost, a cat, and a pumpkin. The cat was super popular. That one went first. And the kids had a lot of fun painting, and there were some really creative kids there with their little planters. For our programs at Maine, we had 8 programs. That's a combination of like Bouncing Babies, Stories and Snacks, all of our programs, for a total of like 350 in attendance for the 8. And then at Southmost, we had 5 for a total of 107. And then this month is also a really big month for field trips. We had 4 field trips this month, and we got to show 182 kids around the library, as well as do activities with them and spend time. And they all had a lot of fun. We also had our trunk or treat. It was really big. We had about 1,600 attendees. And we had about 26 organizations turn out to pass out candy and pass out information on the organizations. In that picture there on the left-hand side, that's our crew that were making grilled cheese sandwiches for the event. So you should have seen the line for that. It was grilled cheese sandwiches and ice cream. So they got to get some of that. And then of course they got a ton of candy, and everybody was so dressed up. It was a really cool and fun night. And then coming soon for November, this month, our kids' night, we're going to be showing the Wild Robot. And we're giving the kids birdhouse kits. So they'll make little birdhouses. We'll give them some paint, so they'll paint up their birdhouses and get to watch the movie at the same time. We're going to have our Stories and Snacks and Bouncy Babies as usual. And then Dollars and Cents will be back this month. And they'll be at Southmost. They've been getting really good numbers this season. since they started coming to Maine as well. There was like a big demand for the dollars and cents here at Maine. So those cookies are pretty good. A little preview into December. This year we are doing our Pictures with Santa, and the theme is Aloha Christmas, and it's going to be very Lilo and Stitch heavy. That movie came out this year and it was immensely popular. Everybody loves Stitch. And so we actually bought a Stitch mascot costume that one of our employees is going to wear to kind of walk around with the kids and come out in the Pictures with Santa. So
They're gonna be Lázaro?
no, he's a little, it's a little bit taller, who has really great energy, and she'll do a really good job. She's usually our Easter bunny, so she's excited to be Stitch this year. So we're doing our Pictures with Santa, and then of course, as we have been doing in the past couple of years, we're doing our sensory friendly Pictures with Santa for the kids with special needs.
Yeah, they remember to say Bala Maliki Maka.
Yeah, that's, I've had a lot of people that are like, you gonna play that song? I'm like, yes, it'll be there. It'll be there to annoy everybody. But yeah, that's it for children's. And then it's me again.
Teen night, all right, let's go.
I'll be presenting for teens this month. So this was the teen night, that's the teen crochet. I know here at Maine, it was really well attended. She had a lot of teens who were super into learning crochet. I don't know that it was supposed to be like a granny square. I don't know that too many people got to a granny square, but they at least learned how to make the chain, because I was trying and it's not easy. I made a chain like this long, but I could never get to a granny square. Over at Southmost, we had total of 11 people come. It was like 3 families. We had 3 teens who immediately gave up, but their mom actually made her granny square. So she was there trying to show them, but they were just like, no. But that was really fun. Next slide. We had our Teen Thursday over at Southmost. That's usually the date that they have the Teen Advisory Council, but because of the lock-in, it was canceled here at Maine. So we just did Teen Thursday over at Southmost. There are no pictures, I'm so sorry. But that one was pretty well attended. We had about 30 people come in. And it was just, they each got like a little pumpkin, and we had these little kits that they could use to decorate the pumpkins. It was like little faces for the pumpkins. And then finally, the lock-in, which I was not present at, but I heard it was a huge success. She said that they had 32 teams registered and 25 made it out to have fun that night. They did laser tag. It's kind of foggy because they actually had a fog machine in it, and it was supposed to be like Halloween themed. So they had like zombies, staff dressed as zombies kind of running around, and the kids were just in there having a good time. We had 2 Jeopardy sessions, an anime and a Halloween candy Jeopardy. I heard that the anime wasn't such a big hit, but the candy one was. The kids really liked the candy trivia, and it was questions like, actually, I don't even know what kind of questions, but like, you know, just random. And then they had some snacks. They had grilled cheese, s'mores, ice cream sundaes. And then she tried to do a follow-up, next slide. She tried to do a follow-up survey, but I think only about 5 kids actually responded. But it was just kind of to see what they really enjoyed. And it looks like the winner was giveaways, which of course, who doesn't like a free gift card to a restaurant? So that was really cool. Next slide. During Trunk or Treat, Sarah helped us coordinate Dia de los Muertos face painting for teens. That was Alejandra Zertuche came out with 2 of her helpers, and 45 teens received face painting. So they got to come in a little bit early, get their face painted, and then it was fun seeing them walk around the Trunk or Treat with their faces painted. So that was a lot of fun. Next slide. For teen anime this month, we showed a movie called White Snake. It was a Chinese animated film here at Maine. They had about 13 teens total. And over at Southmost, it wasn't super popular at Southmost. We had 3 people in attendance, but I heard that it went really well here. And the activity for that was just a new way of drawing, a new way of, I guess, creating art. And it was on white gel pens with black paper. And so some really good artists there with their white snakes. In November, we did the teen night teardown last week. That was really fun. People brought in staff and some people donated old appliances. We had like a toaster at Southmost, that was funny. A monitor, a PlayStation, things like that, where the teens just got to sit down and take it apart without worrying about having to put it back together. So they really enjoyed just, you know, taking things apart, seeing what everything looked like on the inside. We had maintenance help us out with that. And I don't know how it went here at Maine, but at least at Southmost, our maintenance, Marcos was super excited. He loved showing the kids like what things were and how to take it apart. He brought his drill and he let them use the drill. So that was really cute. I'm sure you'll get pictures for that next time. This week, she's doing, right, is it this week? The autistic teen night? Yeah, she's doing autistic teen night and then the parents of autistic teens craft night. So she has a few teens already registered. But basically the teens will be in the teen zone. They'll be doing some activities with them and then their parents can either stay with them or they can leave the room and they'll be doing a separate activity for themselves just so that they can also enjoy their time here and maybe not just be sitting around. Over at, for the Teen Thursday and the Teen Advisory, we're going to be doing little monster wind chimes. Those are just simple little wind chimes that they get to decorate. And then she's having something called Movies and Stitches. I think this is an idea that came from the crochet. A lot of the teens wanted to come back and they wanted to keep crocheting with friends. So this idea was to just have a movie playing and have people come in with their projects or so that they could work on their projects together and kind of build a little crochet community here. And then finally, for Teen Anime, they're going to be showing Pokemon, Lucario, and the Mystery of Moo, and and Pokemon. Oh, okay, never mind. Lucario and the Mystery of Moo, full stop, and Pokemon Friendship Bracelets. So that'll be, I think that's going to be really popular. People love Pokemon, so I think we're going to get a lot of teens for that one. And I believe that's it.
Makerspace.
Hi, guys. Sorry I came in late. Had some patrons that needed some help, but these are our updates for this month. So for the marble run, during October, we had 11 people in attendance at Maine and 21 people at Southmost. And the project for this month is the cyanotype workshop, where we're using, it's like a special ink, and then you use UV lamp to project onto it, and that's what gives you the imprints that you see on there. The one at Southmost already took place. We had 17 people in attendance there. And the one here at Maine is going to be happening on the 24th of November. And then the other project that we're doing, we're collaborating with BARC, and we're doing reading buddies. So this is to help kids become more confident in their reading abilities. And sometimes kids might be a little bit shy reading to other people, and they're more comfortable reading to pets, dogs or cats. This time around, BARC brought 5 dogs over to our main area here. And the kids got to sit down, read to the pups. We also had Red Rover come in and kind of explain to them about empathy and connecting with the dogs, and explaining to them that this is good for the dogs because they're able to leave the BARC facility for a short period of time just to, you know, kind of get out of all the crazy barking that they're usually in. It was very, very fun. A lot of people were interested in the event. As you see, we had 30 people in attendance here, and then the one at Southmost will be happening on the 24th, which is the same day that we're going to be doing the cyanotype here. Basically, the idea is if we're doing the project at one branch, we're going to be doing reading buddies at the opposite branch. And that'll just help us make sure that we're having attendance at both branches for those events. There was plenty of interest in adopting some of these pups. Unfortunately, the day of nobody was adopted, but we're hoping that as it becomes more popular, eventually the pups will be able to find their forever homes with this program as well. And then for December, we're gonna be making a holiday wreath. You may have remembered that we did make a wreath last year, but last year we used more of the traditional type of wreath shape. This time we're gonna be using a more modern looking wreath. So we'll be using the metal ring and then the sprigs to decorate the top, and then we'll be making the snowflakes as well. Here at Maine, it's gonna be taking place on the 22nd of December, and at Topmost, it'll be the 1st of December.
Any question? Yeah. And I know we just go to outreach.
The first thing I want to discuss is last fiscal year. So for the full amount of last year, we did a total of 87 events and saw over 21,000 people. This is slightly down from last fiscal year, but it is because we've had to skip out on a couple of bigger events due to us needing more staffing. But since outreach started 5 years ago, we have tripled our numbers in outreach. These pictures here show some of the last outreaches that we did, collaborating with other city departments to let them know what the library offers, as well as joining with career days for other schools. Next slide, please. To continue with this month, we went to Vive Tu Vida. This is our 5th year going, and we ran out of items fairly quickly before even 11 o'clock. We saw 923 people, and we're able to show what the library can do to help you exercise more and learn about your health. The next event we went to was our collaboration with Special Needs Advisory Board. This year, instead of attending the Boo at the Zoo, they had their own event over at the event center, so it could be more controlled and have a little bit better foot traffic. There wasn't as much busing as far as getting into the zoo and the zoo proper. So SNAP board made their event localized and are trying to make it a little bit bigger. They still had really, really good attendance. We saw over 489 people there, and we're able to just kind of give out specialized candies that are dye-free, allergen-free, as well as talk about all of our different special needs events that Ms. Kayla and Teen Services provide. We promoted that we were going to have autism night here as well. And then the last event on this slide is with Bryce Academy. They were doing a career day to talk about not only what our librarians do, but also, as you see there, less about what our makerspace does and how you become a makerspace advisor. As always, they really love seeing all the things that we're able to print through makerspace, but they kind of don't realize how much it takes to be a librarian. So it's always very good to have them get that thought in their head about getting further education to become part of the library. Next slide. We definitely went above and beyond with Halloween. We went to Bubba's. This is our 2nd year going there. They wanted to make sure that we're a table and even gave us a bigger space this year as opposed to last year where we were stuck on our teeny tiny table. We saw over 1,000 people there, and we were able to have fun trick-or-treating. As you see, Miss Anna dressed up, and so did Miss Alma. We showed off all of our cool stuff from Makerspace that was Halloween themed. Our next place that we further Halloweened was at our health department. Our city does a health retreat for our city employees each year so that we can make sure it's being each other to standard offers, kind of shots, physicals, checkouts, stuff like that. Lasso was 3D printing live there, so they would be able to see different ways that their makerspace can help their departments, as well as them themselves stay healthy. We saw over 300 people there. And then not presented on these slides, we also had a collaboration with our OD and HR department called Meet and Treat, where we invite every single department to come and hang out with the library there. We saw over 112 people, bringing our total to 6 events and almost 3,000 people for October. We did, however, have to deny 6 requests as well as cancel 2 events. You'll start seeing in November and December, again, a slowdown just because we're trying to gear up for Christmas and be kind to our staff, so that we're not trying to struggle and hit each event that's happening there. We will be at the Nash Bash this weekend. Our collaboration with them is to provide books that people can pick up to swap, as well as we'll be bringing some trees as part of the La Raíz project that they'll be able to raffle off for free. So we're giving out olive trees to extend the olive branch. Any questions, queries, concerns?
Nothing good. I think the next one would be the utilization.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Aaron Solis. Great to see you all again. I'll be going over some of the operations portion of our utilization statistics. Our biggest, most popular databases right behind our ebooks, which is Mango Languages. It's one of the more well-known of all the databases that we offer. It has most languages that you could think of wanting to learn, as well as some funny ones like Pirate and Klingon. So you can always check it out. Our most popular ones every month are usually Spanish, Japanese, or French. Unlike Duolingo or most other apps that you would find, it doesn't just have this word is this, what word is this? It's an algorithm that tailors what it's teaching you to your skill and what you need to know in that language. So it's pretty cool. It's not a basic software. It has things like listening and reading activities, memory building games, grammar and culture notes, so you can learn about the cultures that you're learning about as while you're learning the language. It's pretty cool. On the next slide.
So you can learn Klingon?
Yeah.
No, quoi?
It's on there.
No, quoi? What do you want?
Yes.
Kapla, success.
I wanted to give a comparison of on the chart on the left, last year's October to this year, October 24 to 25, and on the right would be the entire 2024 to this year, 2025. For month to month, exactly the same number, 204 and 205 courses accessed. For the entire year, our numbers did go down from just under 3,000 to a little over 2,000, so a 788 course difference, although it's relatively the same. With our new and amazing creative services specialist is doing a great job. We're going to be pushing out more, not advertisements, but more awareness of these databases to our patrons and our social media. So hopefully we can get more people to be accessing it and using it because it's a great service.
I can tell you, based on my experience with the business section of Brownsville, seeing a downturn is totally normal right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's seeing a downturn, and it's just a fluctuation just because of certain events going on. So
yeah,
certain circumstances. So I mean, but you're still over 2,000. You're still good.
Not too concerned. Yeah, we're still a solid patron base using it.
Yeah.
For this past month, our most used was Latin American Spanish. There was 205 courses accessed overall, and 106 of them were Spanish. And then the following two, by a pretty big margin, were French and Portuguese, but mostly Spanish. There's different sections. It's not just, common grammar or conversation. It actually teaches you about business, legal talk, medical terminology, romance, texting, and there's a portion in there specifically for librarians, which I thought was cool for us. I got a couple of our staff members to use it, and I was like, please take pictures of you. So here's some of our staff members using our Mango Languages software. And that is all I have. Anyone have questions about Mango? Explain. I did want to briefly touch on our distributor of materials. It's going to be changing. I'm not sure if I talked about it last month, but I don't think so. Baker and Taylor, which is one of the biggest book and library distributors in the country, is going out of business. Just 100% winding down. So we are actively still looking into our other options of where we're going to go to get not just acquire books, but where we can get all the processing of the material and the cataloging. Takes a lot of time and effort to get all that done. With the Barnes and Noble opening in a few days, it's going to be great, but they don't offer the same kinds of, should I say, the same options, the same that Baker and Taylor does. So we're still looking, we're still doing paperwork, but exciting times. We're going to get a new ebook content platform because it's tied to Baker and Taylor. So it's also just going away completely. So we're going to be getting a new one. I'm excited to launch that and get people on board with it. And yeah, it's going to be a wild but exciting time to find our new distributor. Yeah. Anything else anyone wants to ask about?
That's it.
Comments on? Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any updates?
Did want to let you know that this Friday, the 14th, is Juan's last day with us. We are going to have a celebration here in this room from 11:30 to 1 if you'd like to join us.
I got 12 over at the city.
Oh, okay. But yeah, other than that, no other updates.
If you can send somebody, I can have some iced coffees for you all. So we can just provide for the staff and you guys give you a couple gallons of that stuff. Mexican mochas, horchatas. Yes.
Like
You know.
we're currently having Veterans Gallery event with a guest speaker as well. If you'd like to attend, it is going to be
How many people are you expecting?
Veterans Gallery.
Say maybe 30.
Okay. Yeah,
11:30 to 1.
yeah. By that time, I'm already at,
Fine, it's understandable.
let me just send a message right now. Make sure.
Of course, we can't adjourn because we never officially started because we didn't have a quorum. So I'll just go ahead and end it here.